told me to play at every single practice was a song called Believe by Cher.
The 2021-2022 Maynard basketball team won the league championship, the Midwatch C championship, the CMAX tournament, and the state championship.
In day-to-day practice throughout the whole season, it was always kind of a next game mentality. But when we got closer to the state championship, I think it kind of clicked in our heads that, hey, we have a serious shot to win this thing. And then the energy just at practice, when it started to click in people's brains that, hey, we could bring this thing home, every single practice, there was just energy in the gym. And everybody came to practice ready to work with the best attitude possible. We all grow up together, and we all grow up playing together, so we understand each other on that level, and we're all just friends in the classroom. It's a small school. But one thing I think our team definitely did differently to improve our chemistry, apart from the great bond that we already had, is talking to each other when things hit the fan. When things weren't going right, we'd talk to each other. Rather than screaming at each other or complaining to each other, we'd talk and we'd address the situation and move forward the best we could.
It ahead. And gonna get fouled with the and one. And there it is. Yeah, so congratulations to Kyle Monahan on scoring 1,000 points.
As a teammate and somebody that I've been on Kyle's team since kindergarten. I've been playing against him, guarding him in practice for however many years, 10 years, and watching him hit that milestone was incredible. I was injured, so I got to watch from the sidelines, but from a teammate, a longtime teammate, and a best friend, it was definitely a proud moment, a happy moment for him, and it definitely encompassed and kind of represented every single practice, every single game, every single hour and minute spent in the gym together, working as hard as we can. And at that moment, it was a good moment, but I knew that behind that 1,000 points was hours of hard work and film and practice and games, and to watch him score 1,000 points was, first of all, incredible, but it was also a very proud moment to see a friend of mine go through years of hard work in game, in practice, and just putting everything into a sport and into a game, and then hitting that accomplishment. It was something big for him, it was something big for us, and it was something big for the team, so I was definitely proud of him.
A huge shout out to Adam Fowler for doing this interview with me. As you can see, this is why the 2022 boys basketball team is a Maynard legacy.
Once upon a time, there was an author in our little town of Maynard, Massachusetts, and her name was Julie Berry.
Bookstore owner and author, it seems Julie Berry's imagination and energy are boundless.
It's really all about the energy that you bring to book selling and to, spreading the love of children's books with schools and communities. And I feel like we're able to do that here really well.
Julie was born in rural Medina, New York, as the youngest of 7 in a Mormon family. She got a bachelor's degree in communications at RPI and a master's of fine arts from Vermont College of Fine Arts. She lived in Maynard for many years before moving to Temple City, California. Julie married her husband, actor Phil Berry, in 1995 and had 4 sons. Julie was in Maynard. She spoke at events at our very own Fowler School, as well as the Maynard Public Library. I still remember her speaking to us and signing our books. Julie moved back to Medina, New York in 2021, where she purchased an independent bookstore, The Bookshop. Berry renovated and renamed the bookstore The Author's Note,
Giving it a new look and a new name.
It was good for our family. I'd always dreamed of owning a bookstore, and this opportunity to open the bookstore in my own hometown just seemed too serendipitous to pass up.
Julie had an interview with Channel 7 WKBW Buffalo addressing her move back to home, her books, and her bookstore.
Author's Note on Main Street in Medina has something other bookstores don't.
I never saw this coming in my life, but I love being here.
Or should I say someone?
Probably the fastest novel I ever wrote was The Emperor's Ostrich. I think I wrote that in about 2 months.
Someone well known in the world of books, Julie Berry.
It was a dream when I was little, but not one that I took seriously until I was older and had my 4 kids, and I was reading them all these wonderful children's books, and that really got me excited about the idea of writing myself.
The best-selling, award-winning author had her first book published in 2009.
And since then, I've had about 30 books come out, ranging from novels for middle graders, for teens and adults, and then a bunch of picture books and early readers for younger kids.
Julie has written many books, such as The Night Frolic, The Burglars of Blue Stockings, Lovely War, The Scandalous Sisterhood of Prick Willow Place, and many more. Many of those books she gained awards for. For example, New York Times bestseller, which she's been awarded multiple times, as well as both winning and being nominated for numerous other awards throughout the years. Julie Berry is just the next chapter of the legacies of Maynard, but is by far one of the most successful and is still rising today. Julie Berry continues to dazzle the book industry and run her bookstore. And with that, this closes this chapter of my segment of Maynard Legacy. The end.
From fires to demolitions, on this edition of Maynard Legacy, I'll take you through the buildings that have housed Maynard High School. Originally on Nason Street, back there again after a stint on Acton Street, sharing space with the middle school in the building formerly known as Art Space, to Tiger Drive, a total of 6 buildings have been home to the Tigers. Only one of the previous buildings is standing today. Tragically, we lost one to a fire, and the other 3 have been demolished to build a new school. What's left is the building that most recently housed Art Space, which was also featured in the last episode as it housed both Maynard High School and Emerson Junior High School, now called Fowler Middle School. High School number 5 opened in 1964, and it stood where the fields in front of the current building are. The building was built with enough parking spaces and near the athletic field, which High School number 4 didn't have.
My name is Janice Lind. I'm an ELA teacher here at Maynard High School. The building was probably built in the early 60s and was starting to show decline. The roof was leaking. A lot of the hardware had failed. Plumbing was problematic. So for just the purposes of space and usable space, we needed a new building. The cafeteria was by the auditorium. It was kind of one space, one big space. Miss Brennan had a room on the lower floor, and a tile broke and a snake come up out of her floor. So that was exciting. We don't have anything like that here, which is a good thing. So I was for the new building. It was safe. The old building, the doors didn't lock. You know, there were issues. Probably the technology. It's quite up to, and the security, but the technology would be job one. That's the best thing.
Thank you to Miss Lind for helping us look over the past 2 high schools.